What's up, guys? Today I'm here to share my top 4 stream game that happened in Melbourne Regional last week. I was playing PultNoir in the run and wanted to showcase how PultNoir is really good into this H regulation format. People say that PultNoir is good against everything except Dragapult Mirror Match, but I have tried to make the build that also does decently against Pult Mirror Match, especially against Crushing Hammer Pult. So I thought this was a good way to showcase how PultNoir it has the edge against those Crushing Hammer decks. Sadly, I was not able to win throughout this match. Spoiler, I ended up top 4 at a top 4 match, but I felt that there was a lot of good moments that was shareable what PultNoir can handle. So please check it out. And a little intro about myself. I am from the Bay, San Francisco, joined 88 Card House team, and qualified for Anaheim Worlds last year. Probably qualified for this SF Worlds thanks to this Melbourne Top 4 run. I've been playing PultNoir ever since UIC 2025. That's basically when Badu came out. Badu is a really awesome card. It gave me a lot of good results. I have like around 11 day 2 finishes with PultNoir, and I've been a super enthusiast for a while, and I'm happy that PultNoir is still awesome and is achievable in these regional. So yeah, Melbourne run. I went 10:03 to first seed, ended up top 4. Really happy about this result. One more thing, before we get into it, I just published a Metafy about PultNoir guides, so yeah, check that out if you want to know more PultNoir basics and deeper piloting tips. So nonetheless, let's get into it. Let's see how this top 4 game went. Since I was a first seed, I chose to go second. I feel like Dragapult Mirror Match, especially as PultNoir, going second is the better play because 1, it's more consistent to set up. 2, going for that Badu attack is really good whenever opponent just bricks. And 3, this is a new one. If I go first and attach for turn, if the opponent's playing Crushing Hammer, they have a chance to take out that Crushing Hammer. So right now, it's not that absolutely go second, I think, but I think it's marginally better to go second right now. So that's like the reason where I went second right here. Alright, he gets 1 mulligan, and top 4 game has started. I started with Monkey Dory, he starts with Badu. Yeah. Probably he will start with Dreepies. He is checking energies first. I totally agree. I feel like one of the first things to check is the energy counts. Counting energies is super important, especially because we're using Crispins. So yeah, understanding what energy we have in the deck the whole time is super important. He's thinking about the Ultra Ball. Yep. Discarding Fez and Monkey Dory for a Dracloak. Okay, he goes really consistent here, guaranteeing the first Dracloak, then the second Dreepy without Dracloak. So I really respect this. And my opening hand, it started really sadly. It was like another Monkey Dory, 3 energies, boss, and I just top deck a Badu. So I literally have nothing to do here. So yeah, let's see how I quick this turn super early. Yep, and there is the CH Pollen. Yep. Wow. Yeah. 1 Dracoloak Lilies, that's like the least thing that you really need, but it's like, yeah, it's pretty good for the opponent right now. There's a lot of debate where would you prefer playing 2 Dreepies, no Dracloak, or 1 Dreepy, 1 Dracloak? I definitely agree that playing 1 Dreepy, 1 Dracloak is better. Because you can recon directive and see more cards after this. So you can eventually get more Pokemons out and cards out. So I think he played a Dreepy here. He goes aggressive with the attaching energy over there, stacking it. And I only had a boss in my hand, so I bossed to make it a little harder so he can't push here. I think I have a Dracloak in my hand, so yeah, at least I can start going next turn. He is thinking. Okay. Okay, Crispin. So this is like really big for him. One point about Dragapult Mirror Match is if you can win the Badoo War, that means that if you can knock out your Badoo, knock out the opponent's Badoo by your Badoo, and one way to do it is by the Monkey Dory, Adrenaline Brain move. One to Badoo, make it two, and Itchy Pollen for knockout. So is exactly doing what I just explained, which is a super critical play as me. So yep, I am pretty much doomed right now. He is unlocked with many items, many with his many card hands. So I'm like, yep, finally draws a Lilies. I feel like it was a little too slow. Let's see what this brings us. Alright, Recon 1. Sorry, I just hide all my cards. Not able to show it to the screen. I think I got a decent, yeah, board. So right now, right here, I think people are really debatable. People would debate that playing Duskull whenever the Phantom Dive is online here is like not a good play. But at these moments, I feel like spreading the value is really important in these situations. So that's why I like to play Duskull here. Without the Duskulls, it is an easy target to take out both Dragcloak and Dreepy with Adrenaline Rain, Boss, Phantom Dive. But these two Duskulls will make them kind of like think like if they have to take out the Duskulls, right? So I may have a chance for the opponent like making a micro mistake by not taking out the Dragcloak out or leaving a Dreepy out because I spread the energy. So this is like a really good example where I spreaded the value in my bench so that the opponent doesn't have like a clearly correct play. So let's see how he reacts to it. Think he goes for Buddy Buddy. Oh, Pokepad, Ultra Ball, and discard. I think. Yeah, yeah, really good sequencing over here. There's the Recon, Ultra Ball, another Watchtower and Lilies. All right. There's the boss, Adrenabrain GP Phantom Dive. Yep, he is playing really well right here. Okay, and I feel like I would scoop at this point if it was a 50 game match, but a 50-minute match. But since this is a final 75-minute round, I am playing this out since I feel like I have a really small out from this situation. So yeah, I think I'm gonna play it out and show how I can play this as an out. So right here, I feel like yeah. So my out right here is for him to miss the Phantom Dive here. If he miss the Phantom Dive here, what I can potentially do is Candy, Pult, Rosas, Dusknor, Dusclops, wipe the Dreepy, Dragapult and Dragapult and Dragcloak out. So I was seeing that line coming up, especially under if I was able to have the Unfair Stamp and the Fez out. So I'm able to see 8 cards from here. So that's like the reason why I'm still playing here. I felt like I still have an out. So here's the Mind Bend. Hoping that he can't answer this board. He's at 3 cards right now. I'm needing for Run Recon. There's the Ultra Ball. It looks scary. Wow, he had everything. This Phantom Dive basically finishes the game because he can Adrenaline Brain and knock out my 1 DP to 1 prize. That means I can't pop my Dust Clops anymore. So yeah, that's basically game. It should have been hard for them to have Dragapult and the other energy from the 3 cards from Unfair Stamp and Draw and 1 Recon, so he gets to see 5 cards under a situation where he doesn't show the board doesn't, yeah, when his deck was fairly thick. So yeah, it was fairly unlucky. I really wanted to show the chance that I could come back from that moment. So yeah, that was a pretty upsetting loss, especially from that like almost unplayable, like no, it's unplayable turn 1 opener with no GPs. But I think I did a pretty well job trying to come back from there. So let's proceed to game 2. I continue to choose second right here. Okay, mulligan. One more draw is really, really huge. He has a basic. It looks like a Monkey Dory. All right. I played the Dreepy out just because he plays turn 1 Risky Ruins. Yeah, I was asking a judge if I can play a Pokemon after the mulligan, just in case. I know that it's fine, but yeah, to make sure. I rarely did that interaction, so. Okay, he's going for 2 Dreepies. And that Watchtower is really brutal. I think I had a Ultra Ball starting, so him slamming down the Watchtower turn 1 is really strong. I was like, that's scary. But yeah, I am gonna do some really funny play right here. So yeah, check it out. I'm checking the energy, how much energy is prized. Pokepad. 3P. Probably a Duskull. I think it's a Duskull, 3P, 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 and Judge, crossing my fingers. Since that was the only startup supporter I had. He didn't show me a lot, but I feel like I had like a wild sense that his opening may be like a 2 GP, 2 Dragcloak and a Lilies, which he says that that was his hand. So yeah, this judge came really clutch right here. Pairing Judge and Badu with Watchtower is like really strong in these early game situations. I also have a scary moment where if I can draw a card out, but yeah, I was luckily able to get the Dracloak out, even though I burned 2 Pokepads before this. Yeah, that was really clutch in Ichipollen. Yeah, sadly, no energies, but having a Dracloak in my hand can't complain a lot. And he goes for the Crispin knockout. Yeah, he proceeds, but I believe he doesn't have a Dracloak in his board, so this is like one of his, bailout option where he can't do anything, but he can take a knockout. So yeah, he knows that I play 2 candies. It's an open deck list. But yeah, he has to go for this pushing play. All right, Dracloak Recon Directive. Recon Directive, Recon. Energy. Nice stretcher to guarantee a Badu out. I know I have a Badu in my deck, but Itchy Pollen guaranteeing to continue the Itchy Pollen was so valuable So I am for the Badu here. I think there's a decent out I can try it out, but just in case, right? Whiffing it is really brutal here, so. Pokepad, I think I go for oh, okay. Dragloak, gotcha. Yeah, evolving all to Dragloaks while the opponent doesn't have any Dragloaks is really strong. And right here, I think I go for a Candy Dusknoir pop the front unfair stand play because I had it. I feel like I won't do it if I didn't. If I won't unfair stamp if I didn't do this play, but leaving just 2 Dreepies with 3 cards after draw for turn is really big, so I kept it. I tried to play a Fez out right here, but his bailout plan can be a boss of Fez. Then I can't Phantom Dive next turn, so I chose not to play the Fez. Since I'm kind of like already ahead, I have all the Dracloaks, and I'm gonna draw a fresh 5 cards. So I thought like I probably won't need the Fez right now just yet. And I'm playing a Duskull for a follow-up Curse Blast. And I will gonna Itchy Pollen here. Yeah, really brutal turn here. Showcasing how yeah, setup Dusknoir is really strong. Especially when the opponent's not item Itchy Pollening you. Okay, wow, really slow turn. My goal here is to Crispin, Dusclops, the Dracloak, and Phantom Dive. Pretty decent odds I can achieve there. Recon. Why would I not get those cards? Ultra Ball discarding 2 Lilies because I have two Dracloaks even after I've evolved my Dragapult, so I feel like Lilies is a useless supporter after this. Yep. Damage, and I probably gonna Phantom Dive all 6 Dracloak. Just in case I didn't want to leave any damage counters on Monkey, he flips a card, he's saying the only out is a Crispin right here, and he gets a Crispin, which was really cool from him. It was really cool to see that. But yeah. And the Ultra Ball dumps everything for a Fez. Yeah, Mind Bend is annoying. I'm definitely not gonna flip here. It looks a little too like risky right here. Okay. There's the Crushing Hammer. Scary. And he has to play 3-piece to like at least try to come back from this game, right? Alright, there goes the hammer. And it's a tails. And I get a Mind Bend. If it was heads, it was a little scary here. And am I gonna Phantom Dive here? I would likely not do that, because, yeah, it won't proceed any board. If I'm Phantom Diving, that means I'm losing a turn. He has more option to, Crushing Hammer, take out the energy, so I thought it was better just retreating here. Tubadu. So my goal here, I think, is to try, make it up so that I can win by next turn, which is gonna be Adrenabrain 3 to Fez, Dusclops something and Phantom Dive 3 prizes, so I'm trying to go for that. I think I have a nice stretcher in my hand to bring back that Duskull. So I can after this I just need boss Dusclops situation. So in these mid-turn Badu's, I feel like this changes how a good Dragapult player, bad Dragapult player will change. It looks bad at like if you look at simply, but if you consider for the follow-up turn, this looks like an obvious good play because I basically have a checkmate after this turn. Even though if he knocks out this Badu from the Mind Bend, that means he's at 2 prize, so I still can pop one more. My Fez draw 3 is open, so I have a really good chance to be able to draw out for the boss Dusclops play. Alright. Do I have it? The Recon. Second Recon, and I get the boss, the Fez, and the Duskull from the hand. Dusclops from the hand. So yeah, that was a really good showcase turn. A showcase play against Crushing Hammer, making them lose the option to fill their hands and make them not use the Crushing Hammer. Even if he got the heads from the Crushing Hammer that moment, it was fine. But if he had multiple Crushing Hammers taking out 2 energies, I wasn't able to do that. So definitely the key plays that PultNoir player has to think about is hand disrupting at the correct timing. Don't make them have the window to be able to use the Crushing Hammer. So, and yeah, that was really cool game where I was able to use 3 Curse Blasts. So yeah, it was really cool. Double mulligan. So this game 3 is a really grindy game. So yeah, check it out. Buddy Buddy top deck is hot. Okay. Okay. GP and Badu here. This is a really aggressive play that I had thought. I had a Dark, Dracloak, and Judge in my hand. And nothing else that's really playable. Oh, I think I had a Dusclops too, but I felt that one-sided item log is gonna be really hurtful for me. So I prioritized to play the Badu out right here. And I didn't attach the dark energy in the front because I was scary if he's able to take that energy out. That's my only energy in my hand, and I'm almost guaranteeing using that judge next turn. So if he is able to crack the energy, and if I can draw an energy from the drop return, judge, and recon directive, I would not able to retreat into Badu and not able to Ichipollen. So I prioritized saving that energy into my hand and using it for the next turn. And I think he has a Crushing Hammer in his hand. Yeah, he has 1 Crushing Hammer. So that play was really... He has 2 Crushing Hammers, so yeah, that was really clutch for me. I'm really glad I didn't get the... attach the energy, because yeah, 2 Crushing Hammers, probably the thing's gonna get cracked. So, but if I had 2 energies, I think I would attach. Because yeah, exhausting them the Crushing Hammers is early is pretty big too. Because that means that he has lower chance to use a Crushing Hammer late game or mid game whenever that becomes really critical in the mid game. So yeah. I didn't attach it because I only had one energy in my hand. There goes the energy evolve and judge. Another early judge that is really interesting. This tournament run, the judge stock became really high from me. I don't like the basic reset to 4 effect. I thought it was too weak. But yeah, at these moments I feel like it gives some chance to give me a better start, but yeah. Right here, there's some neat interesting play, but yeah, there's an option not to. Okay, okay. Let me stop here. So I had an option not to Adrenabrain and Ichiball in here, but since he discarded a Dark Energy and I judged him into 4, I thought that it is a really low chance to be able for him to play Monkey, Dark, move to the front, and Ichipollen. If I do this, I have an easier way for me to win the Ichipollen War. So that's the reason why I did it. And going back to the VOD, he was able to get a Dracloak and Lilies from here, which is brutal from me. I was like, what's the percentage of getting the both cards out of that judge under item lock? I was so upset. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, that was pretty upsetting from him. Yeah, it was definitely his day after all. Probably attaching one energy to one Pokemon. 4 Dreepies, interesting. Let's shower again and Edgipollen. Alright. I think here's the most notable turn that people can say it's a mistake. Let's see what I'm gonna do here. So I start with Crispin, the charge, Monkey Dory, and Dracloak. First of all, is attaching Dark to Monkey correct? That is a notable thing. Maybe it was safer attaching split energies to Dreepy and Dracloak, since I'm probably not going to be able to use the Adrenal Brain if he was able to achieve the boss Phantom Dive play here. I have a second Dracloak? Okay, it is finally on play. And at this point, I have a Psychic, I have both energies, a Dragapult, and a Duskull in my hand. So I was thinking, am I playing everything out, or am I going for the greedy play where I disrespect the opponent to be able to go for the boss Phantom Dive? And I ended up playing, not evolving and playing Duskull here. I checked that he has one Dragapult in discard, so I was like, not a super high chance he can get Dragapult right away, right? So, thinking, and slams the Dusk Clubs and Ichipollen and knockout, not using the Adrenal Brain, because I have potential to be able to use the Adrenal Brain next turn if I save the Badoo in the front. So, another debating point is that, if I evolve this to Dragapult, what will the opponent do if he achieves the boss Phantom Dive play? He would boss a Dracloak, the other Dracloak, so and either knock out the Badoo if I didn't play a Duskull, a Duskull if I played the Duskull. So I thought that at this board, evolving to Dragapult would be a little too scary. So I feel like this was a okay play. But I feel like the best play was not play the Duskull and have it like this board. Another point is that maybe I could have splitted energy, not on Monkey Dory because I'm not going to be able to use it for a while, to a Dracloak, so I can at least Phantom Dive and pressure next turn. It's so upsetting that he got this right here, though. There's the Fez. He gets the Fez. Every time whenever I break the item lock, I feel like the opponent has a Fez. Oh, there's the boss. Okay. Woo! Brutal. This is a critical turn. Right here too. This is where I'm bailing out the Duskull and the Dreepy and Mindbend play because I think I didn't have a follow-up Crispin because, you know, I used the Crispin already last turn, so it is hard to get out the Crispin anyways, especially whenever there's a Watchtower in play. I don't have a Watchtower bump because that's also the stadium I play. I'm gonna cross my finger from this Dracloak. And I think I don't have it. I think my hand was pretty unplayable, but had a psychic energy. So I'm like, okay, this is a YOLO turn. And go for the mind bend. Yeah. So point one, I'm unlocking is item lock. Whenever his hand is like full with cards. So that means that his crushing hammer play is open right now. But at the same time, I think I can't put Ichipal in here because, yeah, just having another boss is game ending. Just Ichipal with no Duskull looks bit too much behind. So yeah, I went with the safer play here. Maybe the other play was attach Psychic to Drag, Cloak, and Ichipollen. But I feel like, yeah, I'm still, like, really behind if I do that, so I feel like this is, like, one of the, you know, smaller, like, plays where I know that the opponent doesn't play any rare candies, so 2 Phantom died this turn. He has to roll the heads moment, so I use the advantage right here to do that. Another Crushing Hammer. Thinking. He has a boss. He has a fire. He goes to the Crushing Hammer first. It's a tail. Another Crushing Hammer. That's the heads, and takes out the dark, which is really annoying. Patch fire to the back, understandable. Poffin. I think he was thinking to go for a Badoo here, but he realized that the Badoo was prized. He's like, then what should I do? I think I'm YOLOing. Yeah. Thinking. And he goes for the boss, and roll for the Phantom Dive, and he gets tails. Okay, I have a light out here. Let's try it out. Okay, another recon. Okay. Dustnor. Look at that. Candy Pult. Candy Nor. Attach. Lilies. And my goal right here, I still don't have a great turn right here, so my plan is to go still Itchy Pollen and go for a good turn next turn. Also had an option to pop the Drag Cloak with Dusknor, but I feel like that doesn't really precede the board situation for me to win like eventually. So I didn't do that. Giving him the Fez draw was also a little annoying for me, so yeah, really grindy game right here. Creepy, retreat to Badu, and Ichiban. At this point, he bailed up 2 bosses orders out of 3 boss, so I realized that it's really hard for them to boss again. So that's why I went for like a little aggressive Badu in front attack. So he has to like yeah punch the Badu right here without the boss. That was like the plan. There's the Moltres to knock out a Badu. This play was really annoying for me because yeah, if he like Jet headbutted with the drag cloak in the bench, I would phantom dive, pile up damage counters, but he kind of denied that for me doing that. That was really well played for him. Yeah. There's another recon from the Ichipan that's so strong. And he goes for the fighting wing. Oh my gosh. So, this turn, I think I thought a lot for this turn too, but I thought that knocking out Moltres is incorrect because that'll open him for a Monkey Dory play and giving him extra draws for a Fez to probably make his game closing plan. So what I aimed for was to charge up energy as much as I can and go for a jet headbutt, so I can eventually hopefully get a multi prize knockout turn. The multiple recons. I think I pick up a Rosa's. I really hope that I could find a raw energy from the recons, but yeah, the judges are doing a pretty well job. Fez flip the script since he doesn't have a lot of boss here, so I'm like, okay. And there goes the Rosas. There's 2 energies. It looks like I can phantom die, but I did for the jet headbutt here. I took the advantage for him not having his bench his board being bench locked, so yeah. There's another crushing hammer, and it's a head! Oh my gosh. I think I had a little more hope if that crushing hammer didn't go heads. Yeah, taking out 2 energies is too strong right here. But yeah, at the same time, the opponent's energy resource situation was also pretty good. I was able to bail out a lot of energy so for the opponent. So I feel like I'm slowing pressuring him for the win for me. So yep, Phantom Dive is okay. And then right here, there's no reason for me to Phantom Dive here. So I'll retreat again and go for the Adrenabrain Mind Bend play here. The band word was annoying. It just got yeah, hooked to the cards. It was a little scary. It looked like I was like cheating, palming or something, but yeah, I didn't. Ultra Ball, yeah. For mouth, I think this was just random hand refreshing and lilies. Thinning is winning. I really like Ultra Ball because if you Ultra Ball like non-usable cards, your deck becomes really thin. So yeah, these are really good. Ultra Ball. I'm so glad that Ultra Ball didn't rotate out because it's a really good card I like. Okay, Burner Brain. 3 to Moltres probably to make it 4, and another Mind Bend. Dragapult becomes 120, 160. So after this, how I take 3 prizes was locked in. It's Fez, that damage Dragapult, and Moltres. So after this, he probably knocks out my Monkey Dory. So my plan after this is just Boss Jet Headbutt. Yeah, he only had Psychic in his deck, which looked like a good sign. It looked like he didn't have any damage, any energies in this resource already. But yeah, he had a pretty decent hand, so that yeah, I should have respected him having decent amount of cards in his hand. So that means he should have like decent amount of energies. But oh well. Thinning his deck. Yeah, Ultra Ball's really strong in these situations. Double Drag Cloak in these situations is also strong too. Yeah, his board making is really good. He was pretty lucky having all 4 Drag Cloaks yeah, not prized. Patches, retreats, Phantom Dive for a knockout. So if there was no Crushing Hammer, I could have Phantom Dive a Fez, making it 210 damage left. So yeah, the Crushing Hammer was really hurtful here. Although I think I'm gonna evolve it to yeah, clean Dragapult. Never mind, that doesn't really matter. Recon, evolve, Ultra Ball, Dragapult. I'm lucky that I didn't prize 3 Dragapults right here. Yeah, I was pretty lucky here. Patch, evolve, Dragapult, Boss Fez, and Unfair Stamp. Yeah, pretty clean board for myself. The only win con is the boss energy from here, so. And if he can't retreat here, I can actually win by Phantom Dive because I can pop the Dusknoir to the bench uh, Dragapult, and Phantom Dive, 1 to Moltres, all the rest to Dragapult. But sadly, he gets the boss, he gets the energy for game, and that was the end of my Melbourne run. Yeah. So that was that. I didn't realize that I prized 2 bosses orders. Yeah, that means that I was kind of screwed anyways. But yeah, it is what it is. It was a really interesting game. Both games I kind of had an out using the Dusknor, but sadly that wasn't the thing. And yeah, sadly lost. Both games that I lost, if I had a little better start, opponent not being pretty lucky after the hand disruption, I think I was in a fairly good spot winning that game. So I hope that you guys felt through these 3 games that PultNoir versus Crushing Hammer Pult isn't too much of a bad matchup if you play right, if you build your deck right. My call was playing 2 Badoos, 2 Dusclops, 2 Monkey Dark, and Judge, which I think it was showcased pretty well between those games. Yeah, I think if you incorporate those in your decks, I think it'll be a pretty good mirror matchups. So yeah, that's that. And after this, I'm going to Indianapolis Regionals starting this weekend. So I will try one more run, trying to go for like a back-to-back cash. That'll be really awesome. But yeah, this is all it that I planned for today. I just published my first Metafy about PultNoir like 2 days ago, and I updated yesterday with more in-depth Dragapult matchup guides. So yeah, if you're interested, if you want to go deeper in, or if you're just starting to play PultNoir, I think it'll be a pretty good read for it. So yeah, I would strongly push for you to try check it out, read it. Feel free to ask anything to me through Metafy or Twitter or just YouTube comments. I will try to answer as much as I can to have more PultNoir army that succeed in future tournaments. So nonetheless, that will be it for the video. So I hope everybody have a great rest of your 2026 season. All right. Cheers. Goodbye.